Welcome back to my channel, The Queen Phoenix. Today's pattern is a basic granny square. One that I'm sure a lot of us know, but for those who don't know how to make one, this is the video for you. For this pattern, let me move this out of the way, you will require whatever leftover yarn you have lying around. The right size crochet hook, a darning needle to work in your end. If you don't have a darning needle, a smaller size crochet hook works just as well. And a pair of scissors to cut away your tails. You can make this granny square in one solid color, 2 colors, 3 colors. The choice is yours. I only did a total of 4 rounds. You can decide how big you want this or how small you want this. So let's quickly make it. If I'm going too fast, please slow this video down in the settings. Alternatively, you can also pause this. This granny square is started with a magic ring. That's how simple it is. You will chain 3. Your chain 3 equals 1 double crochet. Into the same ring, you are going to work 2 double crochets, followed by a chain of 2. So I will be calling this a 3 double crochet cluster, or a cluster of 3. You need to work, your repeat is 3 double crochet and 2 chain. You need to continue this until you have 4 3 double crochet clusters. So that's the 3rd set, and here's the 4th set. You will chain 2, and you're going to slip stitch. Before you slip stitch, close your magic ring. You will slip stitch into the 3rd chain from the beginning of row 1. You can decide to cut your yarn. If you don't cut your yarn, slip stitch over these 2 double crochets and into your chain 3 space. But I want to change the color. So I'm going to chain 1, I've cut the yarn. For the moment, I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to move to my 2nd color. And this is just odds and ends of yarn that I'm using. Nothing specific. I never went to buy anything. This is just yarn from leftover projects. You can insert your hook in any one of the 4 chain 2 spaces and pull your loop through. Chain 3 counts as 1 double crochet, and now we're going to work a corner. So we will be working in this chain 2 space. 2 double crochets. I want to work away that tail at the same time. Chain 2, and into the same space, 3 double crochets. That's my first corner. Into the next corner, I'm going to repeat this. 3 double crochets. Let me just move this tail to the back. Followed by a chain of 2. And you can see I've just made a knot on my yarn. A chain of 3 double crochets into the same space. And you will work a corner in each of the next 2 spaces. When you come to your end of the row, slip stitch into the 3rd chain from the beginning. I'm changing yarn. I'm grabbing my new color. And I'm going to work again in one of the corners. So choose a corner and put your new yarn through it. If you have continued in the same color, please slip stitch into your chain 2 space. I've pulled up my yarn and made a chain of 1. I'm going to make a chain of another. I'm going to chain 2 more. So I'll have a total of 3 chain here, which is going to count as 1 double crochet. Go ahead and make a corner, which now that we're starting, this is the starting corner. It's 2 double crochet, a chain of 2, followed by 3 double crochets, all in the same space. Now you have a gap in between your 2 corners. So you will skip these 3 double crochets, and into the center you will work 3 double crochets. Now you'll work a corner. Your repeat will be three double crochets in between your corners, followed by 1 corner, which is 3 double crochets into the chain 2 space, chain 2, and 3 double crochets into the exact same space. And I will meet you right here. When you get to the end, please slip stitch into the 3rd chain from the beginning. Chain 1. If you're not cutting your yarn, slip stitch into your chain 2 space. I want to use some red. You can join your yarn to any chain 2 space. I'm going into this corner, and I'm going to pull it up, pull my loop through, and chain 3, which counts as 1 double crochet. Now work 2 double crochets into your chain 2 space, followed by a chain 2, excuse me, into the same space, work 3 double crochets, now the previous row had 1 space in between the corners, so we made 3 double crochets in that space. For row 3, you will see you have 2 spaces on either side of the corners. Into that space, you're going to work 3 double crochets in each space. Now I'm working a corner. I'm sure you remember a corner is 3 double crochets, 2 chain, and 3 double crochets. And you will repeat this 3 double crochet in the spaces in between and a corner. Let me do this corner. And let me fix my yarn. So you'll see I've been making knots. Reason being, I'm going to be using these crochet crochet basic squares in another project. So I will be just using a cotton and a needle and stitching the ends at the back so it does not unravel in time to come. But check back in a few days' time, you will definitely find that I've used them in another project. So continuing that way until you come to the end right here. When you come to the end of your row, slip stitch into that third chain, chain one, and you're done. And this is it, the basic granny square. You can continue. So for the next row, you'll know there's three double crochets in between the spaces, and so on and so forth. But this is extremely simple to work up, and it was extremely enjoyable. And I hope you enjoyed this video. So check back, I think in a few days' time, I have something that I'm making with these little granny squares. Let me know in the comments what you think, and maybe you'd like to guess at what I'm making. But have an awesome day. Enjoy crocheting. This is the Queen Phoenix out. I'll get you on the next vid.